Bobcats. First of all, let me apologize for that video that you just watched. It's a great video, but it is very hard to understand the presenter in the video. I searched for something better on YouTube for quite a while, and I just couldn't find anything better than that, than the wooden blocks that she used. It was so good. Okay, so I'm going to now explain a little bit more about exterior angles, what they actually are, and how to apply them. So if you're going to take notes, you can just pause it, copy everything down, and then start it again. I did go ahead and just write the definition down for exterior angle theorem because it's a long one. And then the definition will make a lot more sense once I show you the vocabulary. Okay, so it goes like this. The measure of the exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of the two remote interior angles of a triangle. So if you're totally lost with that, I don't blame you, and that's okay. Let me go ahead and make it understandable for you. First of all, I drew this picture. These two angles right here, this angle, I'm going to just kind of shade it a little bit with green here and here. These two angles are called the remote interior angles. Okay. They're called interior angles because they're on the inside, and they're remote because they're on the opposite side as this exterior angle. Okay, and make this a little nicer. All right, now this angle right here would be considered an exterior angle. Okay. So now that we have this picture labeled, let's talk about it for a second. The theorem says the measure of the exterior angle, this angle, is equal to the sum of the measures of the two remote interior angles, here and here. So basically what it's saying is if you add up the measure of these two angles, it's going to equal this. And we know that because this is supplementary right here, meaning it adds up to 180. And the interior angles add up to 180. And this angle remains the same. So this angle plus this angle is 180 degrees. And the same angle plus these two angles is 180 degrees. That means these have to be the same. The sum of these has to equal the measure of this angle. Okay? So now let's go ahead and apply it with some examples. I'm not going to have you do practice during this video. I'm just going to have you do some examples. And you're going to get your practice in IXL. So let's take a look at a couple quick examples that are pretty straightforward for you. I may have made that a little too steep. That's okay though. All right. So I'm going to label this. This is A, B, C, and D. Okay, and let me go over what we know. We know that this angle right here, angle A, is 21 degrees. This angle B is 132 degrees, and we are looking for the measure of this angle, X. So this is the exterior angle, and these are the two remote interior angles. They are opposite ends of the triangle. This angle would not be considered a remote interior angle because it's not remote. It's right next to it. Remote means removed or far away from. Okay? So let's go ahead and see now if we can apply the exterior angle theorem to this to find X. Okay? There's a longer way to do this. You could find this angle first, and then you know that this angle and this angle add to 180, and then you can find X. Or we can just simply say that the measure of angle A, 21 degrees, plus the measure of angle B, 132 degrees, is equal to the measure of this exterior angle, which is X. So I can add these. 153 degrees is equal to X. And there you have it. This is 153 degrees. If you want to check your work, you can always use the triangle sum theorem to figure out what this angle is. So if I were to do that, let's see. Okay, so 180 minus 21 minus 132 is equal to 27. So that means this angle right here is 27 degrees. And these two angles should add up to 180 degrees since this is supplementary. So if I add that, I do get 180 degrees. So I know I'm correct. So this is the measure of angle of x in this problem. All right, let's try another example. We're going to use the exterior angle theorem in a slightly different manner. So let's set this up. Let's give this angle a name. Let's do E, F, G, and H. Now in this case, let's say we know that this is 16 degrees, and we know that the exterior angle here is 143 degrees, and that this angle is x degrees. So we're going to use the exterior angle theorem to find x. So let's do that. The exterior angle theorem says that these two remote interior angles, their sum is equal to this. So let's write that out. We're going to do 16 degrees plus x degrees is equal to 143 degrees. And now we're just going to solve it. I'm going to subtract 16 from both sides, and I will get that x is equal to 127 degrees. Okay, so this is 127 degrees. Okay, again, you can check your answer just by making sure that find out what this angle is and then make sure they all add up to 180, but you should be good to go on that. Okay, I'm going to do one more example for you quickly, and then I will cut you loose to work on IXL. I do hope you're enjoying some of this angle measure stuff. I know it's a welcomed break from the systems of linear equations that we've been working on. All right, so let's do one last example. Okay, now you're kind of wondering, that doesn't look like the ones that we've seen before, and that is true. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. So we have 2x here for this angle, and 3x, and then the exterior angle right here is 120 degrees. We can call this an exterior angle because if you cover up that line, you can see that that looks exactly like what we have been dealing with. Now, in this case, we're going to get some algebra going on. We don't know what x is, but we need to find out, okay? So here are your two remote interior angles. So I'm going to take those two. So 2x, and then I'm going to add 3x is equal to the exterior angle, which is 120 degrees. So I can combine like terms here. Okay, and then divide both sides by 5. And I get that x is equal to 24 degrees, okay? And you can always check your answer here by plugging in 24, finding this angle, making sure it all adds up to 180. All right, Bobcats, as usual, if you have any questions, take a screenshot of the question and email it to me, and I'll try to get back to you right away. Have a great day.